A single viral clip and a whole new storm of internet controversy. Lately, Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk and his wife Erika Kirk have been at the center of intense online debate. But right now, the internet is buzzing over what critics are calling the Theatrics Accusation. Following Erika's recent public statements, social media has split in two. Critics are openly questioning her body language, wondering if her expressions are genuine or just a calculated media performance. With figures like Candace Owens weighing in, this online feud has reached a boiling point. Why is the internet scrutinizing Erika Kirk's appearances so heavily? And what is the real story behind this media drama? Let's dive in to understand why the internet is suddenly obsessed with analyzing Erika Kirk's face. We have to look at the massive shift happening inside the alternative media ecosystem. For years, Turning Point USA has been a powerhouse of conservative culture, pulling in millions of dollars and building an absolute empire of political influence. At the center of it all was Charlie Kirk. But behind every powerful public figure is an inner circle. And recently, no one has stepped into the spotlight quite like his wife. Erika Kirk, originally known to the public as a former Miss Arizona and a contestant on reality television, Erika's transition into a serious political voice was highly strategic. But with rapid prominence comes rapid scrutiny. The internet doesn't just watch public figures anymore. It deconstructs them. Every blink, every sigh, and every change in vocal tone is clipped, edited, and analyzed by millions of people on TikTok, X, and YouTube. And lately, the consensus among a very vocal group of critics is that Erika Kirk's public presentations feel less like raw reality and more like carefully rehearsed corporate theater. The turning point of this entire controversy boils down to a specific set of public appearances. When a high-profile media figure addresses a major internal conflict or a wave of bad press, the audience expects a certain level of authenticity. However, when Erika Kirk took to the screen to deliver a raw, emotional statement regarding the ongoing corporate pressure and the targeted headlines against her family, the reaction she received was not entirely what she expected. Instead of overwhelming sympathy, the comment sections erupted into a fierce debate about body language. Why? Because alternative media consumers have grown incredibly cynical. We live in an era where public relations firms script every single apology and crisis managers direct every single tear. Audiences today are highly trained to spot what they believe are micro-expressions of insincerity. When Erika spoke directly to the camera, addressing what she called a living hell of false accusations, critics began pausing the video frame by frame. They pointed to her posture, the deliberate pauses in her speech, and her intense eye contact with the lens. On one side of the digital aisle, supporters saw a woman under immense emotional stress, fighting fiercely to protect her family's reputation against relentless media vultures. But on the other side, the internet's harshest critics began labeling the performance as theatrics, claiming that the emotional weight felt manufactured to deflect from deeper systemic issues within the organization. You cannot talk about the unraveling of this public image without talking about Candace Owens. The public feud between Candace Owens and the leadership of Turning Point USA has been one of the most explosive civil wars in modern digital media. When two massive titans of alternative media clash, it isn't just a disagreement. It's a full-scale information war. Candace Owens, known for her sharp, uncompromising, and deeply investigative approach, has repeatedly thrown fuel on the fire. Her public commentary regarding the internal dynamics of the organization shifted the spotlight directly onto Erika Kirk. Owens didn't just question the corporate decisions being made behind closed doors. She openly questioned the narrative being presented to the public. When prominent figures with millions of loyal followers start pointing out inconsistencies in a public figure's story, the algorithm reacts instantly. Suddenly, millions of people who had never paid close attention to Erika Kirk's individual interviews were now viewing them through a lens of skepticism. Rumors of leaked audios, secret corporate succession plans, and behind-the-scenes power. Struggles began dominating the alternative media landscape every time Erika stepped in front of a microphone to stabilize the ship. The shadow of Candace Owens' allegations hung heavily over the broadcast, making it almost impossible for audiences to view the situation neutrally, to truly decode why the public is so quick to believe the theatrics narrative. We have to look at Erika Kirk's unique background. Long before she was married to the founder of one of the biggest political organizations in America, Erika was comfortable in front of a camera. Her history as Miss Arizona and her stint on mainstream reality television means she understands how production works. She knows how angles function. She knows how lighting changes a mood. And she knows exactly how a message is packaged for mass consumption. To her critics, this background is a double-edged sword. While it makes her an incredibly polished and effective communicator for the brand, it also makes her vulnerable to accusations of acting. In the world of alternative media, authenticity is the highest currency. Audiences want to believe that the creators they watch are raw, unfiltered, and speaking from the heart. The moment a presenter looks too perfect, too polished, or too controlled, the audience's radar goes off. This is the core paradox Erika Kirk faces. If she appears too emotional, critics claim she is putting on a show for sympathy. If she appears too calm and calculated, critics claim she is a cold corporate operator, managing a crisis. It is a hostile media trap where every single response is weaponized. And the internet's appetite for drama ensures that the most controversial interpretation is the one that gets the most views. Ultimately, what we are witnessing is not just a debate about one person's body language. It is a fascinating case study in how modern media empires fall apart in the public eye. When a massive platform faces intense internal and external pressure, the faces representing that platform become lightning rods for criticism. Every public statement becomes a high-stakes gamble. It's the internet being overly harsh on Erika Kirk. In many ways, yes, the digital landscape thrives on tearing down public figures, and once a narrative like the Theatrics Accusation takes hold, confirmation bias ensures that people will only see what they want to see. Every nervous twitch is interpreted as guilt, and every emotional outbreak is viewed as a performance. But regardless of what the absolute truth is behind closed doors, one thing is undeniably clear. The curtain has been pulled back on the alternative media elite. The ongoing clash of personalities, the corporate maneuvers, and the relentless scrutiny from both critics and former allies have created an unstable environment. The internet will continue to watch, clip, and analyze every single appearance, proving that in the modern digital age, the court of public opinion never sleeps. This controversy opens up a much deeper, more troubling question about the very nature of public accountability versus algorithmic obsession. As online platforms continue to reward conflict, the baseline for what audiences consider authentic is completely shifting. Every gesture becomes an asset for content creation, and every emotional response is converted into data points for viral speculation. For alternative media organizations, the battle is no longer just about presenting a cohesive political message. It is about managing the hyper-analytical gaze of a highly skeptical audience that expects flawlessness but thrives on uncovering perceived deception. When a public figure becomes trapped in this feedback loop, their actual intentions matter far less than how convincingly they can navigate the digital arena. The intense focus on micro-behaviors reveals a broader societal fatigue with polished crisis management, turning every interview into a high-stakes performance where true neutrality is completely lost. As these corporate and personal battles unfold live across social feeds, the boundary between real-world impact and digital entertainment is completely erased, permanently altering how mass movements establish trust with their followers. This brings us to the biggest question of all. Where does the line between public accountability and online harassment actually stand? As the digital landscape continues to evolve, the pressure on alternative media empires will only intensify. What do you think about the internet's harsh reaction to Erika Kirk's public statements? Is the intense scrutiny over her body language completely justified given her position of influence? Or is this simply a coordinated algorithmic attempt to destabilize one of the biggest political organizations in the country? We want to hear your side of the story, so drop your thoughts and breakdowns in the comments section down below. If you found this investigative analysis deep, engaging, and thought-provoking, make sure to smash that like button right now. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the hidden world of media power. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.